Hi guys, so I'm here at ECC in Cannes, France. I'm here with Andrew Yoo, the Director of Experiential and Global Events at ConsenSys. So we've done a lot of merch for their brands MetaMask, Linear and Dean. The first question I would like to ask you, Andrew, is can you tell me a little bit about your role and how frequently do you source merch?
Yeah, no, for sure. So essentially, I work in brand marketing, right? And we take brand product objectives and really try to think of creative ideas on how we can make them come to life. And I try to, be able to do things that are just beyond events, right? And really being able to create that experiential component to it, right? Turning everything into like a brand experience. And when it comes to creating these experiences, being able to have like a very key takeaway for people to remember everything by, we just, whether it's called swag or if it's any type of memorabilia, we like to make sure that people have like a quality giveaway. And when it comes to that, that can range from everything from different types of apparel or things that they can like hold on to over the course of the day. But we like to really create like these types of memorabilia that really, when they see it, they remember the types of feelings that they experience at these types of things. So being able to create those key takeaways is definitely really important to that experience. It's the one thing that they take away, except outside of like the photos and videos of the experience.
Okay, I love this. Thank you so much for sharing the information. And I totally agree with you. Every touch point that you have with the audience and the brand obviously has an impact on how the audience perceive your brand. And I think obviously like merch, swag, etc. are very important in that experience. So thank you for sharing that. The second question would be, can you tell me about your experience working with BROIDR? How has it been until we started our collaboration? Can you share a bit more about that?
No, sure. So, your team at BROIDR is incredible when it comes to being able to, find all the different sources of like high quality merch, right? And I think your breadth of vendors and partners really show you the diversity of like the different types of things. And when it comes to like being able to pitch you guys like ideas, it's great because it's a very collaborative, like creative experience and process, because we'll tell you guys like what we're trying to achieve, and then you guys will be able to send us over like a diverse set of like options, right? Ranging from like apparel to different types of giveaways. And I think you guys get really creative with like how you can be able to brand those types of things.
Yeah.
So you guys have been incredible partners in being able to showcase just making our crazy ideas come to life, and always managing our expectations into what's realistic, especially because when it comes to our industry, we're always working with like crazy timelines. But I think you guys are always able to like pull through.
Oh, I love this. Thank you so much for sharing this very good feedback, and I couldn't agree more. Like, we love working with you, and for us it's super important to do the extra mile, and obviously there's always going to be a deadline, so we have to work around that date. And thank you so much for sharing that. So would you recommend BROIDR to any other companies?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. Especially in the EU and the UK and in the European area, you guys are definitely like key, especially because you guys are so plugged into Web3. Yeah. I think that beyond just like traditional vendors, but you understand the space, right? And you understand the technology. So if it comes to being able to integrate like NFC technology, like you guys know exactly what is hot right now. So I think you can really guide different brands and being able to stay on top of their merch and their swag. So perfect. Yeah, incredible partners.
That's great to hear. Thank you so much for this feedback. And one final question: if you have to describe merch in one word, what would it be?
It's a memory, right? Swag is and give takeaways. It's there's so much out there, right? And I choose to be very, very selective with what I take, right? I want it's like Maria Kondo, right? You pick something up, and if it doesn't give you a good feeling, right, then you throw it away, right? So we try to create different types of takeaways that people will have like lasting memories, so they can keep it. Either that or utility. Like I have like a Linear fan that that we use, and it's just been helping. I've been it's like the one piece that I take everywhere with me, especially when it's hot, right? Yeah, but utility for sure too is always good, But I think it's everything that like keeps like a good memory, right?
Yeah. I love that, and I couldn't agree more as well. Long-lasting merch is so important, and that's beautiful to hear that you're still using some of the merch that we produce for you. And that's the most beautiful thing that we can see actually with our clients, that when we see the teams that wear the merch or use the merch outside the work environment, and that's the best feeling that we can have. So thank you so much again for doing this interview and sharing some more information about the collaboration. And I wish you the best the remaining days here in Cannes. And thank you so much, guys. Stay tuned for the rest of the days and the episodes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, man.
Yeah,
thank you so much. You're so good, man.